Hi everyone and welcome back to another Woolworths grocery haul for our family of four. Last week in my grocery haul I was discussing how I wanted to make a concerted effort to try and cut down our groceries this week, which I have done. Not a lot, but just a little bit. So I'll show you what I've picked up this week for our family of four. The weather's been so dry here in Queensland that I had to get some more moisturiser cream. So they had the Nivea 72-hour moisturising lotion on special for $4.75, which was pretty good. And I also got some of this VO5. I am doing a voiceover on this after the fact, like after the other day of buying these. And I have to say that this is not good for my hair, the VO5 volume. I think I've tried it before and I think I remember the same thing. My hair just feels like it's being teased, like it's being crimped or something. I don't know. It's so dry. So I probably won't be buying that again for my hair. So I can't wait to wash it. And that was $6.80. I usually buy the Batiste one and that's a lot better, I think, for my hair. And I've got some of the clean laundry liquid for $6 until I can get my Dynamo on special. So I won't buy the Dynamo until there's a special on it. I've bought some of the Red Rock Deli chips, the honey soy chicken and the sweet chili and sour cream. They were $3 a bag this week, which isn't bad. I am trying to break down the bags when they're on special like this. I don't really like buying those big boxes of chips. I know they're a lot more expensive, but sometimes they're not always on special, the bags. And I also got the Sandboy salt and vinegar for $2.50. I can say that they don't burn my mouth, actually. So usually salt and vinegar chips I just can't eat except for the Pringles ones. But the Sandboy were pretty good as well, even though they say a mega vinegar hit. And I've also got some of the soft, juicy apricots there, which are really nice for a bit of a trail mix I'm going to make. That was $4.50 a bag. And I also got the nuts there, which you can see there. I think they're oven roasted. And there's 400 grams of those nuts for $11. I want to make a fruit cake this week, so I got the Sunbeam mixed fruit for $5.50. I got a packet of the chocolate cake mix for $1.15. And I also got the French onion soup mix for 55 cents because I like having that in the cupboard. You can make dip out of it. You know, I can put it with rissoles, all sorts of things. I also got some breadcrumbs for $3 because I've run out of that. And I've got 2 cartons of eggs. I always try and get 2 if I can. And the eggs were $5.90 a carton, but I'm just lucky that I got 2 cartons this week because I really do miss having eggs in the house. I also got this decor glass container. They had them on special and I just wanted to start accumulating a few. I'm not just going to get a heap at once because they're expensive. This one was on special for $7. I couldn't get the bigger ones, but it's got a vent seal on it. Obviously the plastic, it's plastic on the lid. It's not all glass, but I would like to just start buying glass again. I used to just get Pyrex. I would like to eliminate a few of the plastic containers. I can't do all of them because, you know, you need them for school lunches and things like that for their lunch boxes anyway. They had Special K on special this week and I haven't had that in such a long time. I do enjoy that probably more so for like a nighttime thing. $3.50 a box that was this week. And I also got some Gravox or gravy, traditional, trying to cut down costs. So I got the home brand one, the Woolworths brand for $2.10. Even though the Gravox was on special, it was a lot cheaper to buy that one. I also got a big jar of Vegemite because we just go through so much Vegemite in our house. I guess a lot of Aussies do. And the big jar of Vegemite is $5.80. The little snacks were $4 a box and they had a special on the baking chocolate chips again. And I always try and get them even though I've got some in the cupboard. And they were only $3 a bag for the milk chocolate chips instead of $6 a bag. So that's a good special. I love to have a few packets of chocolate chips in the cupboard for muffins or chocolate chip biscuits or something like that. I got a bottle of lemonade, which I always like to have in the fridge outside for $1.30. And our usual up and goes, the kids really like these at school and I don't mind them occasionally either. I think they're still $17.50 a box, which is pretty expensive. Sometimes you can get them cheaper just buying them like in a 6-pack. Most of the time you can get them cheaper like that. So keep an eye out if you're someone who does buy up and goes. So the luxury toilet paper that I always get has come down in price, I've just noticed. So it's $10 now instead of $10.60. So that's a pretty big increase if it's on a lot of products, I guess. I know Woolworths have brought down a few of their products, but that's one of them if it's a product that you buy. I bought some croissants for the kids because they've been liking them, but now I think they're sick of them again. So I'll eat them anyway, but they do like having them occasionally. The croissants are $2.60 a packet. I do like getting the ones where there's a 4-pack. I don't really like getting the 3-pack. I know they are probably slightly bigger. And potatoes are just like gold at the moment. I don't know. I couldn't get the brown wash ones this week again, so I just got these ones, and they were $5.50 for 2 kilos, which is pretty expensive. Carrots were $2.40, which is pretty expensive as well for a kilo of carrots. Like, they've been pretty expensive lately, carrots. Sometimes you get them a little bit cheaper, but really, for carrots, $2.40 a kilo is a lot of money. I've got some bananas there, $4 worth of bananas. I've also got a capsicum, which was $1.73. I do like capsicum, but sometimes I can't bring myself to buying it because it is expensive. I got some curly parsley for $3.20, so I can make some omelettes with it and also some soups. I've got some shallots or spring onions for $2.80. And I've also got a bag of onions there, which was $2.50, which weren't too bad this week because I hate paying like $4 a bag for them, so I try and get them when they're that price. Mandarins, which were $2.35 for 5 of them, which were 47 cents each. A bag of apples. Apples were $3.60, which is pretty good because that's the odd bunch. And I've also got a pack of 5 avocados for $5, which were the avocado fresh ones, which is pretty good. And I've got 3 loaves of the soft white toast this week because I've already got some in the freezer. That's another thing that's come down at Woolworths. It was $2.80, which I have mentioned on my other videos. But if you're new here and you buy this product, it has come down 10 cents a loaf. I've got some mild Hungarian salami for pizzas and also for sandwiches for my oldest boy to go to school with. He likes salami and salad sometimes and things like that, and sometimes I just get them just to add some, bit of meat onto pizzas. I've also got some lean beef mince. This was a substitute because I didn't have the bigger packet of it. This would have been like $18 for 2 of these, $9 each. That was just a choice because they didn't have the big packet. So I've got 2 of them, which I prefer anyway, because then I don't have to break it down. I know it's a lot more waste, but I don't have to break it down into bags that way. And I've also got chicken breast fillets for $13.59. Just a big packet there, $9 a kilo, and that will make us a couple of meals out of that, which I'm probably going to make a stir fry. I would like to make some sort of a chicken pie or something different, seeing it's getting a little bit cooler. Some gravy, some veggies in it, or maybe some like chicken pasties. Maybe that would be nice. And when I look at the meats on the table in front of me, I can see that there's 4 meals for our family for the week, which is pretty good. There won't be too much leftovers unless I wanted to bulk it up with like lentils and heaps more frozen veggies, but at least 4 meals for a family of 4, which is pretty good. So I got 3 boxes of these patties. They were on special. I tried to get them the other day because I had a good deal on them. So this time I managed to get 2 boxes of the potato, carrot, peas, corn and beef pasties. They're only $5.80 a box, so I got my mama box as well. And I also got my youngest boy some party pies because he loves them, and they were only $5.80 for 12, which is pretty good because they were usually $9.70 a packet. And like I said, I did try and get them a couple of weeks back, and I tried to get about 3 or 4 boxes of them, and they just weren't in stock. So I'm just happy that I got them this week because I just want to try them because I love pasties when it comes up to like colder seasons. But I've got like heaps of like pastry and things like that to make these in the freezer. So I'm going to see what they taste like, and I'll probably make a batch of my own. And what I want to mention before I give you all the total of today's shop is that how much it costs now to feed a family just with a basic dinner. So I was thinking about it the other day, like just for like a basic spaghetti bolognese or meatballs and spaghetti or something like that, you're still looking at like 15, maybe more if you're doing something different, but maybe $15 to $20 just to feed a family of 4 now, just with the most minimum ingredients. So that's just something to think about. I am trying to get cheaper than that. I'm trying to get meals that are a lot cheaper. Obviously, spaghetti on toast, canned baked beans, things like that, which is really, really good on a weeknight as well. And if we can do those cheap meals through the week, then we can afford to maybe have a roast and that on a Sunday night. So that's the end of today's grocery haul, and the total that I spent today was $264.57. Now, I have cut down the groceries this week by a fair bit, considering I do spend sometimes over $300, but it doesn't look like I've got a lot here. Obviously, I've got some more things in the fridge and freezer that I just showed you, but you know, am I going to have to stop off at the shops and get extra things, which is what I'm thinking about. Like, especially when it comes to like snack things for the school lunches and things like that. I've got plenty of bread and plenty of milk. Oh, that's the other thing I've forgotten to tell you. I did get the 15 litres of milk too, which is outside in the fridge. So I usually just buy that amount every week. Sometimes we go through that much, sometimes we don't. And if not, I freeze it. So for this to work, to cut down my groceries and things like that, I need to do like maybe make a fruit cake for the kids for their lunches, some muffins or something like that. So I don't feel like I need to get more snack food and rush out to the shops and spend another $100. Now, this grocery shopping is becoming a real battle, isn't it? Anyway, thanks everyone for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all soon for my next videos. Thanks everyone. Bye.